Good morning, ma'am. Any good editorials to read today?
Yes, absolutely. There's a very important editorial in the Hindu's editorial section today. It is about decoding air pollution concerns in Delhi NCR. So come, let's have a look. So the article is about decoding air pollution concerns in Delhi NCR. Delhi NCR has very bad air pollution, as we all know. The pollution comes from many sources, not just one place. The main causes are smoke from vehicles, factories and industries, construction dust, burning of crops, etc., etc. Stubble burning in nearby states like Punjab and Haryana, because air moves. Pollution from one area can travel long distances. So even if Delhi tries to control the pollution, smoke from nearby states can still enter in Delhi. Now, what exactly is the pollution pay principle, PPP? So the pollution pay principle, it is a simple rule. Whoever causes the pollution should pay for cleaning it. Code in India accept this principle. It means polluters should compensate people which are affected, pay for damage to the environment. But in Delhi's case, it becomes complicated because pollution comes from many places. Some polluters are far away. Some polluters are, it is difficult to identify who polluted how much. And so court says PPP cannot be applied blindly in cases like long distance air pollution. Now, there is a transboundary distance air pollution also. Air pollution does not respect borders. Pollution from one state or country can affect another. PM 2.5 particles can travel hundreds of kilometers. This is why international agreements like CLRTAP or ASEAN Agreement on Transboundary Air Pollution exist to control cross-border pollution. Now, what is the role of judiciary and the court? So, Indian courts have used constitutional powers like Article 21. So Article 21, they have used right to life, expanded environmental protection laws, passed many orders to control pollution. But courts also admit they cannot fully solve pollution alone. Enforcement is weak. Ordinary citizens have limited role in stopping the pollution. Now let us understand some facts here. The jurisprudence laid down in the Stanley case decided to by the European Court of the Justice in 1999 is very relevant. The case was about the implementation by the United Kingdom government of the so-called EU Nitrates Directive. The directive was aimed to reducing water pollution from nitrates discharged into water from agricultural sources. Now let's look at it. The Stanley judgment adds to the proportionality dimensions of the PPP, which amounts to saying that the seasonal stubble burning by the farmers cannot be held liable for the air pollutants created by other sources. Now, the Trail Smelter case, 1941 held sulfur spewing smelters based in British Columbia, Canada, responsible for damage of properties in the state of Washington, US. There is a growing evidence of the global and regional impact in air pollution. Now let us talk about the UPSC relevance of the topic. This topic is highly relevant in GS paper 2, which is polity and governance. It is highly relevant in GS paper 3, which is environment and ecology, and for essay also this topic becomes highly relevant. If you want a deeper analysis of this editorial, please go watch our daily video, and that is it for today. Thank you for watching.